On behalf of Chris and Richard and the other Leadership Platinum members of the Binary Options Advantage, I thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day and happy trading.
I'm Sinead McLaughlin with another Dukascopy Economic Calendar. Here's a closer look at the most important news publications scheduled for Wednesday, the 4th of March.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from around the world and across the nation, wherever you might be. Thank you for attending the Binary Options Advantage trade session for this morning, Wednesday, February 4th. Welcome, everybody. Billy Joel kicking us off. I see some conversation about the trade progress window and all that sort of thing, CT option. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's get to our information that the young lady was speaking about. Yes, I prefer the blonde as well. You rascals. And we have some announcements prior to our session. 9:45 happening right now, a low impact in about a minute or two. Final services PMI, but we are concerned with 10 a.m. Canadian, US dollar, all three high impact at 10 a.m. Bank of Canada rate statement, overnight rate, and ISM, non-manufacturing PMI, the non-farm payroll, should make a mark on both Canadian and the US dollar. And we have 10:30 crude oil inventories. We'll see a little bit better breakdown of that on investing.com. They give it a little bit more of a breakdown on their calendar. Looks quite busy, quite frankly. There were some announcements, like I say, prior to our session. 2 minutes from now, market composite PMI. That will be a two bullhead event. In about 2 minutes, we should see something on the US dollar. Also, PMI services, they break it down a little into two events. 17 minutes from now, at the top of the hour, ISM non-manufacturing. And let's see, ISM non-manufacturing employment, ISM non-manufacturing new orders, big bucks. This is a pretty big indication, a pretty big indicator, so that will make a mark. You see anywhere from 1 to 3 bullheads on all those ISM breakdowns. At the high mark of the hour at 10 a.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. And then at 11:30, it looks, well, 10:30, it looks like crude oil inventories, distillates, and that sort of things are broken down here. So we have quite a busy morning with announcements to be aware of, and we are aware. And again, the reasons we do that are to make sure that we're not in a trade, engaged in a trade that will be ruined by an announcement, by the movement on the announcement. And we also want to make sure that maybe there's a play we can take on the return to mean average price, which we've been quite successful with recently. So there's our check of the Forex Factory and the Euro USD. Like I say, we're expecting some movement on this based on the announcements in 10 minutes at 3 p.m. GMT and 10 a.m. Eastern Time. For you new members, a review of our schedule of operation, 9:25, no later than Eastern Standard Time, or 2:25 GMT. We open the trade room for you to enter, listen to the music, watch the video until 9:35, thereabouts, where we play our theme music from Billy Joel and get underway, do a roll call, check our news announcements, and get right to trading. US Swiss is not correlating inversely like it normally does. So that's been quite some time now since the Swiss bank debacle last month. Euro pound is looking like it's shaping up for a put, frankly, but I don't think we should take it. Even though it's USD and Canadian announcements, these other pairs can be affected. As we've seen with crude oil announcements, Canadian pairs are greatly affected lately. because of the pipeline situation, I think, in the oil fields in Canada. But this is shaping up. What we'll do is plot it to see if our trade is affected by our potential trade is affected by the announcements in a few minutes. So we're kind of handcuffed as far as taking the trade now. Now, just to discuss the trade, not to take it, but to chart it, this Euro pound, we're looking at we're looking at a genius trade strategy setup as well. The genius strategy, which means that if this touches the upper Bollinger Band, the wick or the candle touches the upper Bollinger Band, which will know the indication on the chart, on the indicators, the assistance, the trade assistance and things on our charts here will show a dot above that Bollinger Band. When we do, there it goes. And not quite touch it. Yeah, we have a arrow pointing down, meaning that we're anticipating it coming down. Yes, we are. Yeah, there is a dot behind there. You can't really see it. There it is. See the dot? That means that the Bollinger Band was pierced. That's rule number 2 of the genius strategy. Here's what the genius strategy says. Rule number 1, the trend is your friend. We have a downtrend. Rule number 2, there is a caveat to that, but I'm not going to talk about it now. Rule number 2, was the Bollinger Band upper pierced by a candle green on the way up? Yes, it was. Touched or pierced by a wick or a candle? Yes, it was. Rule number 3 has yet to be satisfied, and that is, does a red candle return into the Bollinger channel? The upper Bollinger Band and the lower Bollinger Band and the middle Bollinger Band, if we had one illustrated, make the channels. Okay, but this has not. There's a red candle returning to the channel, just like we hoped it would. That's rule number 1, 2, 3. Rule number 4 is, does the red candle now, the next red candle, cross the 3-period moving average, which is our white line? If it does, the 5th rule is the next candle is our decision candle for the genius trade strategy. Now, this is shaping up nicely for a modified genius strategy, which takes a little bit earlier of an entry than the genius strategy, the 7-bar strategy, it's also known as. And we would be ready to take that almost now because we have the 7th bar being occupied, the 7th channel being occupied by a red candle, the stochastic in the overbought situation, as well as the RSI being overbought, and we have a red being dominant on the stochastic and pointing down. So I would say anytime during this candle we should have taken a trade, and we're not. We're only plotting it because we can't take it because of, there we go. We would probably have taken it right about there if I wasn't yapping about it, because that's when the indication was given. Now this may be anticipation, that's not a word, anticipation of the news announcement that's coming up. If not, it's pretty much of a wild move. Anyhow, we would hope to have taken it there according to our trade rules. And also, the genius says that, the genius trade rule says this is a decision candle. We would certainly take it down here somewhere. So we could plot it 2 ways if you want. That we would probably catch it right about there. This is only discussion and validation of our trade rules because we really can't do anything else right now based on the announcements coming out. And this may be a result of what the announcements or anticipation of the announcements. So that's plotted, and that's a discussion of some of our 2 of our trade strategies. Let's go to the Euro-US and see what's going on. It looks like it might be also anticipating the things to come. Pound Canadian, Euro Canadian, wow. This would be a very good candidate for a return to mean average price strategy. That's strategy number 3 we're talking about today. And that says when there's a spike based on a news announcement or some kind of a untrue price, which we certainly have here, and if it is oversold, we can take a return to mean average price play. It's not done yet because the announcement hasn't even happened yet, and we're getting all these wild movements. So buckle up your seat belts. Pull the shoulder harnesses down a little tighter. Make sure your helmet's on fast and tight. Let's get going here. U.S. Canadian is still horsing around. See, that can happen. It can just travel sideways for a while. They're all identical. Aussie Canadian, Euro Canadian, Pound Canadian, U.S. Canadian are all correlating right now. And they're not giving us a clear indication of a return to a mean average price. yes, the green is dominant now, but it's in the middle of the stochastic channel. We want to be outside it on either end. So I'm not sure if this is going to shape up properly. It may be over the long run, 10 minutes or 15 minutes, that it will come back up to the mean average price. And what is the mean average price? How can we tell a mean average price? Take a look at our revision 1 charts that do show the middle Bollinger Band. That will tell you where your mean average price was, and it's thinking about getting there. Everything's slow this morning. Definitely see you back in about 10 minutes. Thanks, folks. To be back. Hope you had a good break. Let's get some money in the bank. Let's get something underway here. Today is a tough day to find a trade. Is this stuck or what? 34.23. No, it's moving. 23 seconds. 21 seconds. 18 seconds left in that candle on the countdown timer here. Maybe this next red candle will give us the stochastic red on top. Closer. I think we're almost ready. 10-minute put on Aussie yen is the possibility we're looking at here. Pressure is starting to come to us. Still not a dominant red yet. See on the stochastic? That's what we're waiting for. Boy, this is like pulling teeth today. Maybe it's moving. 4 minutes and 7 seconds in that candle. All right, I think it's almost time, guys. Get ready. Look at that stupid doji. 3 minutes and 50 seconds or so. It really is not a clear red stochastic indication yet, though. All right, now's the time. Put now. 10-minute put on Aussie yen. We're in it. It's an official trade. Report your prices. Too bad we didn't catch it up here. We caught it just as she was moving, but that gave us the red dominant. Report your prices. That was Aussie yen for a 10-minute put. Oops. I took 5 minutes. That may not hurt us. But I'm also going to take the 10-minute only because...
Yeah.
All right, you did. I'm going to take it because the price is still up there. Chris took it officially, so we'll use his on that. Aussie yen. Yeah, definitely going to take the 10-minute. But we'll use Chris's price since he took it at the right time and I didn't. That's the 5-minute trade we're looking at there. We're on but it should be a 10-minute trade, as I called it officially, okay? If you're a binary options trader, you're going to get wins and you're going to get losses. You're hoping to get more wins than losses, of course, and that's why we're here. But you got to plan it into your business plan.
If you want to watch my screen for the last 2.5 minutes, you can.
Mm-hmm. Being as you have the official price, which is worse than ours here, yeah. Let's do that. Right now, Chris is going to take the screen. Looking a little more grim on your screen. Come back to trade tomorrow. We know it'll be a better day. It can't be as bad as today was, but these things do happen in binary options trading. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Any questions or comments, please chime in now or reach me on Skype in a few minutes right after the session. Please make sure you add me on Skype. So I will say that on behalf of Chris and Richard and the other Leadership Platinum members of the Binary Options Advantage, I thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Timothy has invoked my normal ending greeting. Have a great day and happy trading.